Hello everybody. You know, all fishermen, regardless of where and how much they fish, run into periods throughout the year when fish become really hard-headed and just go on a diet and get so doggone picky about their eating habits. So, is there a perfect cure for this? Well, I probably don't have to tell you that nothing much is absolute when it comes to this sport we love so much. But I do have an answer to this problem that usually works. Yep, and one that has worked for me many times. Not just for me either. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. The big boys in bass fishing usually turn to it also. It's a method they call finesse fishing. Finesse fishing begins with downsizing your gear, your lure, your line, and doing the same thing with your fishing pace and your state of mind. Oh, one other thing that's very important, and that is your presentation. You need to make yourself fish at a much slower rate, and don't think for a minute that you only catch smaller fish with this method. It can actually put bigger fish in the boat when all other methods fail. It's a game for sure, but let me tell you, it's a fun one to play. I think you get the point. So sit back, relax, and let's have some fun as we try finesse fishing to tempt some stubborn critters into taking a shot at what we plan to offer them. It's what our show is all about today. So come on, let's head to the lake. Join us. Now let the games begin. As far as a true sport, a ton of excitement, something that'll really alert you and keep you on your toes. There's nothing that can match hooking into a bass of any size with this finesse gear. Just feeling the power of the fish, watching the rod bend, and the fish take line. Boy, what an experience. A little bit better. Stay off on me. All finesse is a small spinning reel, so small you can almost hide it in your hand. It holds sensitive line in the 6 to 8 pound range, casts tiny lures, which most times are under the 3/16 ounce mark. The rods are lightweight affairs that are usually, well, they measure 6 to 7 feet long. And using this light gear magnifies the challenge and maximizes the fun. Big time. I got one on right here. Oh, goodness gracious, look at it. He's a lot bigger than I thought. Oh yeah, drag go. Oh boy, that's a nice fish. Ooh, strip it, drag. Just let me get my hands on it. Oh boy. Oh boy, look at that. Look at that, pull it, drag. Come back out from under there. Ow. Okay, easy. Easy, 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 easy. Oh, I got that little hook in my finger. Oh. He had that hook stuck in my finger. Yes, he did. Look at that. But that's a good thing about the little barbless hook. It'll stick you, but it'll come right out. See what you did to me, but that's okay. You can do that all day long with size fish like that. Using only light tackle, the fisherman acknowledges the fish is right to a fighting chance, and the fish gives his best effort, forcing the angler to do the same. This is the mystique of light line fishing. It appeals to the best sporting instinct of the angler. You know, today, finesse anglers have a wide choice of lure sizes appropriate to the needs of small reels and light lines. Many are simple miniature versions of large lures familiar to the angler, which measure well under 2 inches and weigh from less than a 1/4 ounce all the way down to an 1/8 ounce and even smaller. All of this eye-catching gear, however, is useless until the angler develops the skills that light fishing tackle demands. The angler, not the equipment, is paramount when tangling with a bass raising cane at the end of delicate line on a small lure with tiny hooks. You don't simply reel in a fish on light tackle. You learn the true definition of the phrase playing the fish. You don't horse a fish. The victory is gained by capitalizing on the reel's smooth drag system and the rod's flexibility to play the prey down. There we go. Oh my goodness. Look at that little dog. He's a tough one. Easy, 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 easy. That's what a little bass ought to look like right there. Just short, fat, and birdie. Look at his little eyes. He's just wondering what in the world's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. You're gonna get to go home. I want to tell you something. Is that not the most realistic looking little bluegill you ever saw? They make that several different shades. To me, that one right there is just perfect. Tell you something you want to do. You always want to let the rod and the reel do the work in fighting a bass. By pumping and reeling, the rod will bend and flex and will tire the fish. Give slack line if the hook fish jumps, especially if it's a large fish on very light line. If you don't, lower the rod tip and give slack when a big fish jumps. It could fall on the tight line and either break the line or pull the hook. Now, as you fight the fish close to the boat, what will happen, many times they'll normally spook and make a last-ditch run, so you got to be ready for that. If the fish makes that final strong charge, let it go. It'll normally only run a short distance, so you got to be ready. Finesse strategy works well in so many different situations. No doubt, you'll hook and land a higher percentage of bass on small, light wire hooks than you would ever believe. There's one. He's a good one coming right at me. Oh, look at that. Oh boy, I saw him coming right on down the, I mean, he was smoking it coming right at me. I could see him way down there. Ooh. Pretty one. Ooh-wee. They got pretty fish. Woo! There's one. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Hold him, little hooks. Hold him. Ooh. A little bit better fish. Yes, sir. You betcha. You betcha. Good morning. Good morning. The best to you this morning. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Pretty fish. Oh, you are gorgeous. Yes, you are. We're going to do this real nice and easy. Yes, we are. Look at those little hooks. Nice and easy. You know, speaking of drag systems a few minutes ago, let me show you a mistake that many fishermen make when using spinning reels. When fishing open water areas, notice I said open water areas, your drag system should be set at least 1/3 of the line test breaking strength. Once a fish is hooked and begins to pull line from the reel, the mistake many anglers make is to reel line in at the same time. Now, when this happens, you create line twist. Yeah, we've talked about this lots of times, but it's important to mention it again. Example, if you're using a reel, let's say with a 6.1 to gear ratio, and the fish is pulling drag and you make one complete turn, or one complete revolution with the reel handle, what you've done is put 6 twists in your line. 3 complete turns, and you've approximately put 18 twists. And that's going to cause casting problems, and it's going to weaken your line. Let the fish pull the drag. When the drag stops, then begin reeling. Now, if you want to slow him down, what you might want to do is take your index finger right here and apply a small amount of pressure to the spool. That'll slow him down a little bit with this index finger. This will create more pressure on the fish, and that will slow him down. So that's real important. Another important part of this game is to use premium grade line. Although there's some obvious disadvantages to using 6 to 8 pound tests, today's line manufacturers, as well as rod and reel manufacturers, have refined their products and defined quality for the sporting angler. The lines have better knot strength, better abrasion resistance, better visibility, and smaller diameters. The rods are designed to be more forgiving of the angler's mistakes, while the drag systems of today are smoother and much more reliable than earlier models. Whoa. Coming right at the boat. Whoa, you little sport model, you. Boy, I'm telling you, he's full of himself. They're trying to get up in that cover. You come back here. Come here. Easy now, easy. Let me just get my fingers in your face. You talk about these little hooks not holding. You get one in your finger about 2 or 3 places, and you'll see how good they hold. Pretty little fish. Well, he was full of himself, weren't you? Chunky. Watch him go back up onto that stuff. There we go. Wow. Another toughie. Oh. Oh, he barely hooked. Come up here. Easy. Just ease up here on my hand. We'll get this over real easy like. Just pop that little hook out. It's a little butterball, isn't it? Watch him go. You know, smaller lines have got a lot of great advantages. For instance, smaller test lines enable the lure to move much more naturally, and lighter test lines allow for longer cast and more accurate cast in windy conditions, and smaller lines get the bait deeper and quicker. Most anglers know that bass can become very selective in their feeding habits, and the option of being able to present a smaller bait that has the same appeal as a larger bait has definitely helped me catch more fish. I've seen many times when you had to downsize your offering to trigger a strike from finicky fish. Like all forms of fishing, especially when using this equipment, it is critical that you concentrate on every little detail, such as tying good knots, retying often, checking your hook points, changing line regularly, and keeping your tackle in good shape. Oh man, I got a whale. I got a big one. I mean a big, oh look at here. Oh boy, I mean a big one. I could tell when he went out, he was a mule. Look at the size of that. Oh, be easy. Look at the drag. Take it, take it, take it, take it. Oh, me. Look at that big old fish. Whoa, man. Look at that big fish. Woo. You're taking that little bait. Great big fish. Look at that. Oh, let me just get my hands on you. Woo. Man. Man alive. You got that thing all the way across your face. There it is. I know I'll let you go. Look at that. Woo. That a pretty one? Look at that. Man. Well, like I said, and as you've seen today, this finesse business is really the way to go when the fish you're after decide to get stubborn. Properly used, it can take both big bass and numbers of bass along the way. Yes, finesse fishing does take some slowing down and getting used to. At times, it presents quite a challenge, but I can promise you this, it'll work for you more times than not by making non-aggressive fish go for what you're offering. Tell you what, give it a try. Well, the game is over for this week, and I think you will agree with me, we both won. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.